Hey guys, I'm Tiffany and you found me on the Wise Skies channel for Free Tarot Friday. I'm going to be using the Star Tarot deck and we're going to go do little readings, Aries all the way through Pisces, just for a fun weekend reading for entertainment. If you're new to Wise Skies, we offer one-to-one readings. So if you're looking for a private reading from myself or from Leisha or from April or any of our intuitives, you can go to wiseskiescollective.com and book with us if you want something more specific. And we also offer a membership. So if you buy into the membership right now, it's $22 a month, and you'll get all of the January goodies and also all of the February goodies coming up. So I encourage people to buy at the end so they can kind of get the benefit of 2 months. January was so awesome. We had all of the 2022 predictions from our different angles, the Akashic Records, 9-star key astrology. We had a human design support call. And we had an Enneagram class, which was so cool. So if you want to guess my Enneagram, let me know in the comments. In February, we have an Ancestral Tarot class, which had me in tears with Addie Broyles from Don't Fear the Death Card. She's our guest teacher this month. And Addie gave us a great interview on the podcast. So if you're curious about what kind of ancestral lineage grief work or healing you could do through the tarot, check out our podcast. And also in February, we're getting love readings and all kinds of good stuff having to do with relationships through our lineage, but our personal connections too, our personal loved ones. So I invite you guys to check that out also at wiseskiescollective.com. All right, this weekend we are facing some lightning bolt type weather in the skies. And so I know that there can be some surprises, and sometimes surprises feel exciting and wonderful and relieving, and sometimes surprises feel like too much too fast, right? So being aware of the cosmic weather we're in, being aware that even through the human design transits that we are now in the new year, where things might feel like now they're a little bit more fresh. And we've got this beautiful new moon coming up the 31st/February 1st, depending on where you are, what time zone you're in. And so there's this kind of electric feeling in the air of fresh newness. So let's just pause and take a breath in and out and just get clear for what it is that our Aries friends need to hear under this electric sky. What do our Aries need to hear? Okay. Oh, okay, so they get a 10 of Cups and an Ace of Swords. And so you might be giving some relationships a second chance this weekend. You might be able to see things from a different perspective in terms of your family. You might lead with an apology in order to restore balance and harmony. You might lead with understanding their perspective. Overall, these are two great cards to get. This is the Happy Family card. It indicates abundance, spiritual fitness, feeling healthy, happy. There's reciprocity going on. There's a feeling of like your cup overflowing. And this Ace of Swords is that fresh line of thinking, that kind of student's mind in a way, that ability to see things from different angles and the ability to kind of cut through the crap. You know what I mean? So this is the sword of truth and clarity. And on one side, it feels great. And on the other side, it can be painful. But because it's next to this beautiful 10 of Cups, I feel like some honesty, integrity, clarity. You could have conversations with your loved ones like, could we be honest with each other? You know, if I'm honest with myself and you, here's what I'm feeling. And just get back to that feeling where everybody's feeling seen, heard, understood, respected, valued, right? So very positive for our Aries. All right, putting those cards back in and just clearing the deck for Taurus. What is it our Taurus friends need to hear? One more plug before I get all the way into it. If you appreciate these readings and you're willing and able to send a virtual tip, please do that through our link so that it can help pay for some of the platforms that we use to get these free readings out there. Really appreciate it. All right, let's clear for Taurus. What is it that our Taurus friends need to hear? Just some fun advice, something practical for the weekend ahead that helps them feel connected. All right, we get the Knight of Wands and the Two of Cups. So all of these messages about love coming in hot. We got the 10 and the 2 already. Those are some of the best relationship cards on the deck. I mean, those two plus the Lovers card, right? That's as good as it gets in terms of balanced relationships. And here with the Knight of Wands, I feel like this is very like conquest. This is very like Cupid. This is very much going after something, you know. And if you're not always the initiator, you know what I mean? Like, that's okay. That's not everybody's design. It's not everybody's design to initiate, but you might want to notice, what are you responding to in your relationships? Instead of what are my red flags, what are my green flags? What feels good? What feels like a yes? What feels like a more balanced relationship? Does this relationship honor me and what I'm needing or not? And where can I feel that yes, that pulse of life, that joie de vivre? This could just be like going for a hike with your best friend or your loved one. This could be getting outside and experiencing something athletically. You know, this is a physical use of your energy, being excited about being in the physical body. There's probably some more meanings for that if you want to read between the lines, but this is the idea. This is the energy of drive and conquest and Mars and excitement to be together, to be alive. You could go for a yoga class together. You know, get out and enjoy your physical body. All right, let's clear the deck now for Gemini. What is it that our Geminis need to hear for the weekend? It's a clear reading. Piece of practical advice or guidance for any Geminis watching. Okay, so opposite side of the spectrum, this would be the broken heart card, the Three of Swords, where we feel a little disjointed or fragmented in terms of our love life, or we're feeling pulled in a couple of different relationships. Something can feel heartbreaking. You know, it doesn't have to happen in your immediate zone. You can feel heartbroken for many things, you know, especially if you're somebody who understands the needs of the people and this feeling like you just can't do anything about it. And so I would say, can you be the witness here for a situation, either in your own life, just observing what's happening without jumping all the way in, or being the witness for somebody else, something that feels maybe heartbreaking that you don't have to do anything about. This could conjure up some fears in you, but if you lean into that needs mentality of all that's needed is a witness, all that's needed is some kindness and some compassion. There's nothing in here that says you have to fix anything, change anything, set a new boundary. This is about taking time to grieve and really doing nothing. And so I encourage you, if you're interested in the Ancestral Tarot class, to get into our membership, because this month when Addie's talking about grief work, it's like nobody really wants to, it's like, yes, I want to sign up for grief work, but it's what ends up happening when you start working with your lineage, with your ancestry. And so this reminds me to kind of pitch that again, because it has been life-changing for me. So if you're doing any grief work, just knowing that holding some space, doing nothing can actually be so kind, you know, it can be so kind, that knowing that nothing has to be done. Another example I'll give you guys is that I had a dream about my mom on Christmas, and she came and sat with me, and she's motivated by need in her human design. And so she knew what I needed was for her to just sit there, you know, for her to just be there with me. So that's an example of, you don't really have to do anything. You can just be there, you know, you can just say, I see you, whether that's your inner child or, you know, somebody in your immediate area that needs a buddy. All right, let's clear for our Cancer friends. What is it that our Cancers need to hear for the weekend ahead? Okay. All right. So the Nine of Swords is what fell out. This card is losing sleep, having anxiety, cyclical thinking, just kind of tossing and turning through your mind, chewing on things. And then we get the Prince of Wands. And so I feel like, similar to the reading earlier, I feel like you're pulled in a lot of different directions, and you're probably overthinking some things, and you need to get out of this like constant go, 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 and let both the body and mind take a rest. You know, what can you push pause on, and what can you delegate, and what can you kind of table just for this moment? What can you table just for today? What can you not think out 50 steps into the future or rehash 50 steps into the past and just be here at the speed of now? What can you table and push pause on both physically and mentally for our Cancers? And please let me know if that speaks to you. I always find it really valuable. I post these readings on all of our channels. So wherever you watch, I do look at all of the comments and I do appreciate hearing from you. Let's clear for our Leos. What is it that our Leos need to hear for the weekend ahead? The deck's still new, and so I don't want to like bend them too much. Babying them a little bit. What kind of Scorpio is that, right? All right, for our Leos, yikes. In the same vein, overthinking, anxiety, up at night, not able to sleep because of noises inside your head or outside in your environment. And then also the Five of Pentacles, just kind of that challenging yourself. And so it's almost like, where can you challenge yourself to be better than you were yesterday? That would be spiritually fit. And maybe it's some physical fitness too, but is there some, it looks like you really let yourself down and maybe there's an apology needed to yourself or to others involved. It just feels like you're coming through this challenging gate of conflict, you know, internal conflict that is just going over and over and over in your mind. And so where can you address things so that you can accept them, rip off the Band-Aid, heal, move forward so that you're not kind of in this cycle of inner conflict? What can you pray about, make peace with, and go forward with so that there can be, you know, a healing pivot, right, Leo? Okay, that's a little different than some of our other Leo readings lately, isn't it? All right, let's clear for Virgo. What is it that our Virgo friends need to hear? Clearing for Virgo. What is it that Virgos could benefit most from hearing for the weekend ahead? Okay. All right, Eight of Wands and a Six of Cups. Now here's what I'm talking about. This is kind of that Uranian energy of lightning bolt, exciting surprises. This can come in the form of gifts. This can come in the form of victory, a yes, a win. This is lots of forward momentum quickly. And so I love that, you know, I love forward momentum quickly. And so sometimes this can be a message to pace yourself. You don't have to do it all today. You can just do the next thing and let things unfold. If you keep getting green lights, you want to keep going down the path, that's okay. Just know that when it feels really zingy and yes and forward, it can also, the next day can feel like an energetic hangover. There can be sadness, there can be slowness, there can be, what goes up must come down, right? And so in terms of this spread, it's like, yes, feel the excitement, but also pace yourself and give yourself plenty of space to let things happen with that forward momentum, but also space on the other side. This isn't a pace that you can keep up. You know what I mean? This isn't something that you can expect to feel that zingy energy all the time. So take advantage of the momentum that you see and maybe just experiment with following the yeses, following what feels fast, easy, smooth, exciting to you, what feels most supportive to you. All right, do you see my new plants? Aren't they pretty? Oh, okay. Oh, and I have new crystals too. Let's see. This, I wanted to show you guys I got these from Zelfa's Cloak. Aren't they pretty? Oh my gosh, I love them. And they're sitting over here with my apophyllite, which I got for my birthday. They look nice together. Okay, sorry, sidetracked by plants and crystals. Maybe they had some input, something to say. All right, let's clear for Libras. What is it that our Libras need to hear for the weekend ahead? Some simple advice or guidance. It feels like clarity coming through. Okay, so 11, Justice and the Devil. Interesting. So this feels like a pretty big pivot going on in some of our Libras' lives. This is a call for justice. This is a call for what's fair, what's Libra represents the scales of justice. And so then there's the devil card, which we talked about last time, is backwards is lived. So what are your lived experiences that can create more balance and harmony and fairness? It does feel like something feels really unfair, that something feels really like maybe you've been obsessing about it. The devil can indicate like our demons that we're overcoming. And so I would just take a look at what feels unbalanced and see what you can do about it and see what you can let go of, just to be as straight up as possible. Like whatever is torturing you or tormenting you, figure out what you can do and let go, give to God what you can't do, in the name of kind of a restorative justice for yourself in a way. If you guys listen to the February 1st podcast that's coming out, it's all about relationships. And I think a lot of our Libras will really like the perspective that we offered there. So just an invitation to check that out when it comes out on the 1st. All right, let's clear for our Scorpios. Clearing for our Scorpios. What is it that our Scorpios need to hear? I'll shuffle once more. Okay. All right, 10 of Pentacles and Queen of Wands. So this is cool because this is the card that I feel is representative of me, and I'm a Scorpio with 4 planets in Scorpio, my 12th house. And so this Queen of Wands is that kind of, like I describe it, like in my car, it's Tiffany Fun Pack. Like I'm ready for anything. The Queen of Wands is ready to camp, ready to swim, ready to hike, ready to do anything. The yoga mat's in there, the snorkel's in there, the sunglasses, the sunscreen, everything's ready to be able to go and enjoy life, right? And so where in some ways this can be a weekend of exerting some physical energy. Maybe you want to get out and go for like a bike ride adventure, or get on your horse, or go for a walk, or there's something that just feels juicy and good. Maybe you're getting into a new workout routine. There's also this element of abundance and riches and things earned on your good actions. And so feeling that wealth that comes from all the things that you've done, that you've worked so hard towards, just feeling a moment to really, I guess, address coming full circle with your actions leading up to your state of mind. What you have done is paying off, right? So this is kind of the karma boomerang. And it looks good. I mean, that's a good setup right there. This is a good color combo too. Very Scorpio fall feeling. 10 of Pentacles can also mean love, right? So this is one of our love cards. And so we've got good things are on the way if you're willing to go for it, work hard, and reach for your goals. All right. Now, I say reach for your goals, but I'm also reminded of human design, where it's not always about that like homogenized reaching for goals. So some of us are about responding to what's coming our way, right? And so that's mine, is to respond, to wait to respond, to see what's there, to observe, to be grateful for all the things that have been put in motion so that we can enjoy the current blessings, right? All right, so let's clear now for our Sagittarius friends, see what our Sagittarius need to hear for the weekend ahead, some friendly advice or guidance, something practical, useful that helps them navigate the weekend in a way that feels comfortable, natural, and organic to them. Okay, 7 of Pentacles and the Chariot. All right, so this is having faith in what's moving forward. This is about planting the seeds and having patience and faith for what's going well in your life. The Chariot indicates that there is some success, but it also indicates that there has to be kind of this cooperation, a collaboration. This is about inspiring horses to move forward, or in some decks, swans, right? And so you can't just do that. You can't just like whip and go and spur and create a partnership. You create resentment, right? And so instead it's like coming up with this feeling of teamwork, coming up with this feeling of we're here to collaborate, we're here to work together to move forward. What can we do together to move forward type of a feeling. And then also having great faith in what is already moving forward, having patience in what is a green light for you right now, and being aware of that. What feels like a green light, and how can I collaborate with that creativity more and more? Make sense? All right, let's clear now for our Capricorns. What is it that our Capricorns need to hear for the weekend ahead? Clearing for our Capricorns. Okay, just getting good and mixed up here. Okay. All right, another 2 of Cups and a 6 of Wands. So some of you Capricorns in love and feeling good about life. Some of you Capricorns are having this, I guess, energy behind, this is a yes card, a victory, a win, another forward momentum, and having to do with love. And so maybe you're having some breakthroughs in the realm of the heart space. Maybe you're more vulnerable and open to experiencing a deeper kind of a love. That feels really sweet and positive. And you know, if you're not in relationship, the best way that you can experience that deeper kind of love is through a hot and heavy yoga practice. Okay, so using the physical to get to the spiritual. And that's what the yogis did. You know, they used their physical bodies, what they had, in certain positions to get to the spiritual state of ecstasy, right? So that's my suggestion. That's what I see. And you readers out there might see other things. You might experience it differently. Just take what you want and leave the rest. All right, let's clear the deck for Aquarius. What do our Aquarius friends need to hear for the weekend ahead? Some practical advice or guidance. Some of you Aquarius experiencing birthdays right now. Happy birthday if that's you. Okay. All right, we got the 9 of Cups reversed here. And the Temperance card. All right, so this is definitely a symbol to me to reel something in. So if you're in excess, this is about all things in moderation. So if you're staying up late, maybe this is a weekend where you call it early. If you're an early bird, or if you go to bed early, maybe this is a weekend where it's okay to be out a little bit later. If you're drinking too much, eating too much, I feel like it's going to catch up with you. So this is a card of tempering all of the things that you think you want, right? And then just responding to what's in front of you. And really this is about course correction. All right, Aquarius. And so it's like, where are you correcting some of your patterns? Where are you correcting some things in your own heart, mind, space? Where are you pivoting some things? And is that pivot feeling like a pivot in the direction of balance and calm and cool center and ease and grace, right? So working with the Temperance card, also the number 14 for some of you. It's a beautiful card in this deck, isn't it? Yeah, like a card of incorporation is another way to look at it. It's a card of alchemy in some ways. You working both with the shadow and light side of things. Okay, so let's clear for our Pisces. Let's clear for Pisces. What do our Pisces friends need to hear the weekend ahead? All right, some simple advice, guidance, wisdom that wants to come through for our Pisces friends. All right, the 2 of Swords and a 9 of Wands. Interesting. So I feel like you're kind of tired of having to make decisions. So I would say, what decisions can you kind of eliminate? What decisions can you make quickly, right? Like some people are emotionally defined where they need to feel all the way around something. Some people are sacrally defined where they get an instant yes or no. Some people have that splenic whoosh, that feeling in their body, with a yes with the tingles, or a no with the flatness, you know what I mean? But either way, it's like, how can we get through some of these decisions that are maybe holding you back or making you feel heavy, or feel like, I almost just feel like you're frustrated with a sense of time. And so, or a sense of kind of being the only one having to think through all of the things is what it feels like intuitively to me. And so I'm just saying, would it feel good to put some of these decisions down? Would it feel good to table some? Would it feel good to delegate some? Would it feel good to say, can you take care of dinner tonight? Would it feel good to say, can you take care of the chores this weekend? Would it feel good to say, I'm giving myself permission to not decide anything right now? And that's what I feel like would be the best use of kind of recalibrating and reharnessing your energy. so that you're not spinning your wheels out here, that you're just kind of focusing it back in. All right, guys, let's pick a universal card and see which card would be best for all of us if we all need a universal message here. I don't want that one. All right, so we get the Two of Cups. That one's a fine one. We get the Five of Wands, and then we get the Devil. All right, so it's important for us to be looking at relationship patterns through our lived experiences. So what are your relationship patterns? The ones that drove you nuts, the ones that, the demons that you overcame that taught you everything. What do you still have some conflict about in terms of your relationships? Could be with your parents, your children, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your cousins, your neighbors, your roommates. It could be anyone in your life, right? Because how you are in relationship is how you are. So where I want you, as a homework assignment, to pick one relationship conflict to explore, to put pen to paper, to dive into. If you're not having any relationship conflicts, congratulations on enlightenment. You have done it, right? But if you're having some kind of relationship conflict, I want you to write it down. I want you to write down what you think the problems are. And then I want you to kind of reflect on how you have contributed to those issues that you see. And I want you to really try to understand this as a way to overcome these patterns or cyclical thinkings or relationship challenges. Because where we have one, it permeates out into all the others. It could be a relationship with money. Some people are in that like overspending or debt snowball situation. Like there's lots of relationships you could look at. Where have I been integrity, and where do I need to recalibrate some things? What feels like a challenging relationship to me doesn't have to be all bad. It can be something that you just haven't visited in a while that might want your attention. It could be a relationship that you have to your inner child. But the idea here is overcoming some challenging aspects of relationships, right? From our lived experiences. So does it matter? So you can decide, does it matter? You can say no, like this might not apply to everybody. But if it applies to you, my heart is with you, and I can be responsible for how I feel in relationships and pivot them, right? And so that's the message here. All right, guys, I'm so glad you're here. wiseskiescollective.com, wise as in skies, WISESKIES, collective.com if you want to book a one-on-one session with any of our intuitives, myself included. Our schedules are a little out right now, like pushed out. So I encourage you, if you're trying to get in February, or if you think you might want to get in February, to go ahead and get on our schedules. I invite you to the $22 membership. The end of January and the first part of February is an awesome time to get in, because you get both months before I flip everything. And I just hope you have a great weekend. There's a lot of people, a lot of my clients going through really difficult times, really difficult seasons. And I just wish you that freshness, that sense of hope, that sense of things working out, that experimenter's mentality that we're just learning, and it's a beautiful time to be alive. So have a great weekend, and until we can work together again, guys, namaste.